For all those who fight with each other on social media, left, right and center over politics, here's some news for you. The Supreme Court of India has slapped fines between 1 lakh and 5 lakh rupees on the BJP, Congress and 6 other political parties for failing to disclose details of candidates with criminal backgrounds in the Bihar Assembly Elections. The other parties included RJD, JDU, CPI and Lok Jan Shakti Party. The Supreme Court of India has slapped fines between 1 lakh and 5 lakh rupees on the BJP, Congress and 6 other political parties for failing to disclose details of candidates with criminal backgrounds in the Bihar Assembly Elections. The other parties included RJD, JDU, CPI and Lok Jan Shakti Party. They were all fined 1 lakh each for partial non-compliance. Two other parties, CPM and NCP, were found to be in total non-compliance and were fined 5 lakh each for that. Both these parties, CPM and NCP, gave an unconditional apology to the Supreme Court after the Election Commission said it would suspend their political party symbols. The court order came yesterday, but even earlier, the Supreme Court had directed these political parties to furnish the details on their official websites in newspapers and on social media. These parties were held guilty of contempt of court and were fined for not widely publishing the criminal records of their 2020 Bihar candidates. The Supreme Court said that these parties refused to wake up from their deep slumber. Ironically, two of the biggest parties, one who is currently ruling at the center, the BJP, and the other who has ruled the country for so long and is now in the opposition, that's the Congress, did not disclose the criminal cases against their candidates in Bihar elections last November. Both were fined. In a big step that can cleanse Indian politics, the Supreme Court said that the records of criminal cases have to be made public by political parties within 48 hours of the candidate's election. You will be shocked to know, or not, that the court's verdict said that the 51% of winning candidates in Bihar have serious criminal cases against them, which include murder, kidnapping and even rape. The court also acknowledged the possibility of rivals implicating someone falsely as vendetta. But coming down heavily on all the parties, the highest court of India ordered that the political lawmakers will wake up soon and carry out major surgery for weeding out the malignancy of criminalization of politics. Supreme Court judges tore into the political parties, saying that their appeals had fallen on deaf ears. They said, though we want to do something urgently, our hands are tied. We can't encroach the domain of legislature. But the court has now warned that the parties in future must display the information on their websites. The Election Commission has been asked to create a mobile application that has all the information for people like you and me, the voters, to access easily. Another defining part of the Supreme Court order that must be hailed is that from now on, criminal cases against MLAs or MPs cannot be withdrawn without approval from the High Courts of India. This will stop state governments from misusing their powers. The report claimed that the BJP, Congress and many other parties were found to be in total non-compliance and were fined 5 lakh rupees each for total non-compliance. And here's another shocker. Despite strict monitoring and directions, the number of pending cases against members of parliament, that means MPs and MLAs, increased from 4,122 cases in December 2018 to 4,859 in September 2020 as per the reports. But if you're wondering why the Supreme Court came out with such a pertinent yet scathing order now, then here's the reason. There was a petition filed in Supreme Court that called for suspending symbols of parties that had failed to disclose the criminal backgrounds of their candidates. So whether it's this or a lotus, it will be suspended now if they don't comply with the Supreme Court order. This petition asked a very important question. It asked why the political parties chose such candidates with criminal backgrounds, which I'm sure we've all wondered at some point or the other. But now with this landmark order by the Apex Court of India, hopefully, we will see some transparency and cleansing of the Indian politics from criminals who belong in the jail and not in the parliament. How can these outlaws be lawmakers of the country? Let me know your answers and your thoughts in the comment section below. We can chat on Instagram and on Facebook. It's @ReviewRon. Subscribe here if you find my videos worth it. But even if you don't do any of these things, thank you so much for watching this one. Please take care of yourself and those around you. Jai Hind.